Jeffrey Wright will say anything. He'll make anything sound ominous.
Right. Yeah, he's ordered it at a goddamn drive-thru.
Yeah.
What if?
Shit, Jeffrey Wright will sit up here. Can I buy you a drink? No. Shit, I don't know what you're going to do to that shit.
The patty melt with the fries. And don't forget the ketchup packets. All of the ketchup packets.
Because I'll be watching.
I'll be watching you.
Hey everybody, Double Toasted Live is coming to New York on September 10th. Hey, that's my big birthday weekend, so help me celebrate with you. You can get your tickets right now over at doubletoasted.com or go to x1entertainment.com/double-toasted-Brooklyn. Hey, there's a limited number of all access tickets and VIP tickets. They're going pretty fast, so go over there and get your tickets now. Hey everyone, support our Patreon, which helps us to continue bringing you our live streams, videos, and podcasts while bringing you new content such as exclusive live streams and animated shorts. What if, boy, Marvel says, what if we could find a way to just squeeze some more money out this shit?
Yeah. Give you a reason to subscribe to Disney Plus.
Exactly.
More so.
They said, you know what, y'all ran out of stories? Oh, no, we didn't, man.
We'll make some shit up.
Now we're going to make some shit up called the multiverse. Oh. In the multiverse, it is endless possibilities to cash in.
That's true. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Quick way to make a buck.
Yeah, you know what? You thought you saw everything here? No, what if we show you this version over here? But you gotta have that subscription to watch.
That's the one.
We know that Marvel's corporate. We know that they work for Disney.
The mouse.
That mouse he's not about art. That mouse is about money.
Give me my goddamn money.
That mouse is about getting paid. That mouse is about business. Mm-hmm. But knowing that, at this moment, everybody said, now, I'm seeing all these movies at the theater. You're making me pay $30 for them on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I got all these shows now, and now you want to branch this shit out into infinite possibilities. I only have a finite amount of time. I don't know if I can do this.
Infinity is a long thing. Yeah.
And that is exactly what you have here. They tell you in the trailer, the multiverse, an infinite prism of possibilities.
Right.
And we know that is meant to cash in, but also, is there entertainment value in that? And is it worth your time? We're about to hit almost maximum Marvel overload. We're about to get a Marvel overdose at this moment. Can we get through all this other shit before we start branching out?
Nope, too late. Gotta do it. You're subscribed.
It's already there. You're subscribed, and they're going to do it anyway, and you're going to watch it. So the only thing is, when your time branches out, is it a waste? These are the good news here is that these are standalone episodes right here. Mm-hmm. This happens to ask the question, what if? And if you know about this, then I'm only talking to the people out there that are not familiar with the concept. So, in this infinite prism of possibilities, what if there was just one slight moment? Call it the butterfly effect, call it whatever you want, but what if one just small slight action changed the course of a timeline in another dimension, on another plane out there somewhere? And what if characters got switched around? What if characters didn't exist at all? This is what they ask with this show, What If? And we got 3 episodes to watch. I believe it's, 9? Maybe 8 or 9 episodes. They only gave us 3.
That was 10.
Yeah, I don't know if it got all the way to 10.
Oh, did it? Oh, because the COVID got delayed. So I think you might be right. It might be 8.
Oh, when does it come out?
Tomorrow.
Now. I think it's about to premiere in a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check it
Wednesday.
Out check it out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, hold off. Is it worth checking out?
Oh, we'll see. That's right. You're right.
We'll let you know. You should watch this.
All right.
Hey, Billy, what if it's not worth your time?
Well, I'm a Jew and I pay for Disney Plus, so I'm going to watch something, goddamn it.
That is how strong the mouse is. Even black Jews pay for the and they don't spend money on shit.
That's right.
What if Mickey made a black Jew pay for Disney Plus? Would he watch the show?
Oh, there goes the timeline. That way.
Oh, somewhere in another timeline, black Jews pay for shit.
You know what? I'm not buying it.
Yeah, we'll let you know. People, let's go ahead and take a look at the trailer for What If, and we'll tell you about the series, or at least the 3 episodes that we saw, and let you know if it's worth your time right after this.
Yeah, peace. I love peace. I'd be out of a job with peace.
What if Killmonger liked black people? I mean, white people.
Yeah, what if you like the whites?
Yeah, what if Killmonger didn't want to kill Whitey?
I wouldn't mind that timeline. That'd be kind of good for me.
You'll be all right.
I'll be good, yeah.
What if you could actually be buddies with Killmonger?
Oh, I would love that. He's great. He's not killing my race.
What if he didn't want to do white genocide?
Exterminate us.
That's going to be your favorite episode.
I can't wait for that one.
You know what I like? I like the one where Killmonger didn't want to kill me.
He teamed up with Whitey. That was good.
Yeah.
Slow down a little bit. There's a few people in the room that don't understand. Not me, I get it.
I tell you, in every dimension, Thor is stupid as
Consistently
Yeah.
stupid.
He got his voice down now.
Yeah, no, they do. I'll tell you what, they talk about infinite possibilities, but in every dimension, he's still dumb as hell.
That's the one.
You outnumbered.
A Ravager never flies solo. I said never.
Man, left your black ass out there by yourself.
Yeah. You may want to look around before you make them statements out there, homie.
Shit, what if T'Challa had no friends? Now, this might be new for some of you out there, but if you're a true comics fan, or if you're somebody who's as old as I am, or you just know your comic history, then you know that this is nothing new at all.
It's true.
This is nothing that's branching off into any kind of new reality right here. This has been around for years, this concept. It existed in the comic series from Marvel. What if? Now I remember being a kid, and I did read some of these. Like, I never followed them. I have a couple of these because they just look like fun.
Oh, I own
remember
some of these too.
Yeah, a lot of, even if you weren't a comic book fan, you always went to somebody's house that had these, or
That's
you
weird.
bought one. Yeah, you
Saw
bought
at the
one out of
grocery store.
curiosity.
Yeah.
Like right here, you see, what if Jane Foster had found the hammer instead of Thor, or what if the Fantastic Four had not gained their powers? And and I don't know if they were really connected by any kind of real narrative like they are in this show, but they were just fun offshoots.
Yeah, that's exactly what they were.
Yeah, 1977 is when that was around. So this has been around for a long time, and a good way to think of this, and I thought that this was one of the coolest things about the show. A good way to think of this is to consider this like the Twilight Zone of the Marvel cinematic universe.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, it really is somewhat of a Marvel version of the Twilight Zone. Same narrative style.
Yep.
It starts out kind of serious. It has a creepy host setting you up for something that sounds kind of dark, kind of weird.
That's right. What Jeffrey Wright is the creepy host.
Yeah. And it's telling us, and it's just like the Twilight Zone, they're telling us what would happen if somehow you were in another dimension where you could be in space and time. I used to love that food went off when I could tell.
Oh, yeah. I used to get scared.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. A dimension of sound. A dimension of sight.
That was a fake ass eyeball used to scare the out of
It
me
was
when I was a
creepy
kid.
though, man.
Well, the broken windows you get me.
Oh, that noise.
The
This whole
noise,
thing
yeah.
would make me nervous.
I know.
Yeah.
I didn't like that because when the eyeball came up, I was like, shit, the show's watching me.
I'm watching the show and the show's watching me. It's like,
Yeah.
oh God. Yeah.
And on that show, the host was Rod Serling.
Right.
Now, in the Rod Serling role, you have here the Watcher. The Watcher lives up to his name because he's always watching.
That's all he does.
That's all he does. Sit up there. That fool watches so hard that he's actually in the show in the background.
Constantly just like, here I am.
That fool is
Can't
just
do nothing.
he's just chilling in the background, watching the show with us sometimes, and it's actually kind of cool and it's weird. Because there are times when they actually show the characters going by and the Watcher's out there, and I'm like, you don't see that big ass head guy right now?
He's like the Where's Waldo of Marvel. It's like, did you see the Watcher this most recent episode? I saw him behind that mountain like all the time.
If Waldo was a 100-foot man
True.
taking up the whole panel,
a celestial being,
you
yes.
you can't miss that. In the comics, they still look weird because they are these little short midgets with big ass heads, big water heads. They were humanoid.
Yeah.
The Watchers. They're pretty relatable in a way because at least they still look somewhat human. They even hung out with Stan Lee. That's
right.
At one time during one of the stingers / cameos for Stan Lee. This one was from Guardians of the Galaxy, I believe.
Two.
Was it 2?
Hey, fellas,
Hey, wait, where are you going? Hey, you were supposed to be my lift home. How will I get out of here?
They don't want to hear that shit. They're like, look, we watch, we don't listen.
and we're done watching and listening to
Turn
you.
around, right? Just walked away.
It's like when you leave your grandpa at the old folks home.
It's like,
Hey, where you going? I'm not done yet.
bye, Grandpa.
I thought we were just visiting.
Grandpa, we tired of this shit.
I thought we were just visiting here. No, we've been you staying.
This version of the Watcher, not so humanoid in a way. Like I said, it really is kind of creepy because he's just a faceless shadow in the sky with these two big glowing eyes, man. And with me having grown up in the Twilight Zone, I'm already kind of attracted to that aspect of it because even though these shows take on different tones, it really starts out in a very, very ominous way, man.
It's always creepy, especially when you have Jeffrey Wright reading the dialogue like this.
When we have a
in
guy
such a
that's like
way.
a Greek chorus almost, right?
Yeah.
Like telling the story.
That's a great way of putting
Yeah, great
it.
comparison. Yeah, even though the episode might be fun, like, it's like, oh, it's a rip-roaring adventure in space, it always starts out like this. What if there was this tragic thing that happened? It's like, shit, I thought we were supposed to have fun with this.
And at the end, they tell you, and it's like, hey, don't get too happy because it can still get.
Yeah.
What if?
That's just Jeffrey Wright, I think.
Yeah,
Right?
I think that's him. I think that's why they hired him for the role.
Yeah, Jeffrey Wright will say anything. He'll make anything sound ominous.
Right. Yeah, he's ordered it at a goddamn drive-through.
Yeah.
What if I...
Shit, Jeffrey Wright will sit up here. Can I buy you a drink? No. I don't know what you're gonna do to that shit.
The patty melt with the fries, and don't forget the ketchup packets. All of the ketchup packets.
Because I'll be watching.
I'll be watching you.
Man, make it yourself.
Although it's perfect casting, I would say that
it's great.
him doing the voiceover for the character, great job. Great. He does an amazing job with
It's
it.
great voiceover work.
Yeah, and and it's fun to see him when he points out, like, because throughout it's not annoying narration. What happens is that he'll go in, and it's fun to see him point out the exact moments when something changes.
Yes.
And it really is like your friend is watching the show with you, except it's not as annoying. Now, anybody else it would be, but you're watching the show, and then the watcher, Jeffrey Wright, sitting up there, and they're just kind of elbowing you in the side, like, see, that right there, that's where everything changes. Normally that would be annoying, but since this is a what-if story that's branching off into other multiverses and storylines, it's kind of cool to have that narration, that play-by-play going on.
Yeah, that's the exposition in the 3 episodes that we've seen so far that doesn't bother me. I think that works. There's some other stuff though which I don't think does.
And that's probably one of the biggest differences between the Twilight Zone. Rod Serling will leave and he'll say, watch the show, I'm gonna go get a cigarette.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, I'll see you guys in an hour,
Yeah.
half hour. I'm good.
You had a cigarette at the beginning, you had a cigarette
He
at the
always
end.
smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
So when the show starts, this fool goes off for a cigarette break. He might go take a shit or something, and then by the end of the episode, he'll come back to tell you, like, you see him zipping up his pants and shit. Hey, that was crazy, wasn't it?
Did you learn something? Good.
I was getting some ass, but you should have paid attention, just so you know.
Yeah. The biggest thing that might throw people off, and this is before you even watch the show, because if you've been watching the trailers and you've been kind of keeping up with the different clips that they've been putting out and featurettes, then you've noticed already that this is animated in this sort of cel-shaded animated style, which I think is kind of cool because they're doing. You would say that maybe they're trying to capture like 2D animation, but what they're really trying to do, and I think this is what works to its advantage, when you see all the colors and all the gradients and everything, what they're trying to do is capture the feel of a comic book.
No, the panels and just the use of colors and things. I was one of those people for a while when I originally saw the trailers, because I'm just not particularly a big fan of this type of animation, but actually sitting down and watching all three of the episodes that we got, I started to get into it more. It didn't really bother me.
Yeah, but I like the way that they use the coloring here. Like they use like I said, the shading and the gradients and the blending in the faces. Like I love the red, the red smudges in the face that go in, with the flesh tones and all that kind of stuff. Man, I really kind of like the style that they did, and also I think that they were able to capture a good mix between 2D animation and where it doesn't feel like it's like they're trying too hard to make it look like that. and they're not trying to cover up the fact that it is CG. You know, they've married the two together, and I think they go together well. And if you look at it as a comic book panel, that's just kind of in motion. I think that's really cool. I think the thing and some people might be slow in the animation, but I think the thing that's going to throw people off the most with the animation is that it's going to make them think that, well, shit, this is a kid's show. And yet, you telling me that this is canon, this is part of the MCU, and now you want to water this down and do some kid stuff? Why don't you say this for the kids, man, and let the MCU do its thing? Well, it's not a kid's show, y'all. Like the Twilight Zone, again, to make that comparison, it's an anthology, and each one takes on different tones: humor, drama, adventure. I'm sure there's going to be a point we even get into horror with it, and they just do it in a Marvel superhero kind of way, but these 3 episodes that we watched, you know, one of them is adventurous, one of them is humorous, one of them is sort of a murder mystery, and all of them kill the fuck out of people, man. Now, it's not one episode where they don't blow up somebody, man. It's all captured within that PG-13 area that Marvel's doing with the shows and movies.
I mean, it does the thing where it's like we're not, someone gets shot, we're not going to show the bullet wound or anything like that, but we'll blow mother in a very graphic way. I'm like, Jesus. I'm like, oh my God.
Every episode, somebody getting baked, somebody getting fried.
Yes.
There's a lot of crispy Nazis in this thing, man.
Oh, yeah.
Every episode, somebody got blown up. And then there's one episode where people are just getting killed in the most creative ways, man.
Assassinated. It's
Yeah.
like, wait, what the hell's going on? Yeah, that took me aback. Like, some of this, what they're showing here, especially in that 3rd episode, some of the darkest stuff we've kind of seen in the MCU. You know, which is what If can do, is that we can get really dark if we need to.
Makes me want to see what they'll do with potentially a horror episode, which they're going to be bringing up with Marvel Zombies. So I don't know what they're going to do. That might be the funniest episode that they do, but I am looking forward to seeing them actually try to tackle horror in some kind of way.
That will be interesting, especially because sometimes they hide people getting shot or whatever. You don't see the bullet wounds, but these are like zombies eating flesh and stuff. And so we did not see this episode. We did not get this one.
No,
so I'm curious how they're going to handle that.
So 3 episodes, and y'all like, all right, cool, animation's fine, Twilight Zone bullshit, whatever. You saw 3 episodes. That's what I want to know. How did the episodes rank? How did you guys like them? And of course, we're 2 different people here.
Yeah.
So I don't know what order that you thought that they were in, but I would tell people that, you know, the first episode is the one with Captain Peggy Carter. You know, that's the one where they say, you know, the big what if is, what if Peggy Carter had actually taken the super soldier serum? And actually, I like the way that they set that up.
Sure.
That was one of the first moments where I was like, God damn, this show's violent.
Yeah.
You know, at least for this type of show right here. But they say, you know, what if she actually takes the super soldier serum? She has to be a woman dealing with this at the time when they don't want any women on the battlefield at all.
In the 40s, yeah.
Yeah, in the 40s, man. You know, when she takes the super soldier serum, that leaves the question, okay, so what happens with Steve Rogers? You know, what happens with him?
I'm still here too, everyone.
Yeah, you know, what happens with him when he still looks like a malnourished 12-year-old?
He does.
No ass. That's what happened.
Half the time.
You forget about that date.
Yeah. It's like, oh, that's nice, Steve.
You kind of feel bad because he ain't got shit. It's like, man, you took the only thing that gave his life meaning, and you're thinking like, how is he going to persevere now that he ain't got shit left, and he still got that little Cambodian body,
that emaciated body,
a little emaciated, starving ass body over there. You know, it's fun to see because they do cover what if for everything. It's not just always applying to one character. What they mean is, it's like, sure, this character might switch, but the interesting thing is, okay, so when that happens, what are the ripple effects? You know, what are the repercussions for everything else?
Yes.
And so they actually give more of a story there than just for that individual person that was the most changed by that event.
Steve! Hey, Peggy. Now you owe me one.
And he's dead.
Yeah.
That fool can't catch a break.
He had one good moment. He had one good moment. Gotta give that to him.
Oh, shit.
Ow! Boy, that life would not... Shit, what if Steve Rogers could just catch a break, man? Because
not possible.
He thought he was about to get some ass.
Steve!
You're like, oh, I'm This right here. Bam!
Man, he wish he could.
Where did I get this armor off? And
Oh,
look how she's smiling at me.
I know. What if life didn't cock block Steve Rogers all the time?
Left and right. Man.
I love it too because the one thing that doesn't change is like the romance they're setting up between them.
Yeah.
But it's like she would break him.
Oh yeah.
Because Haley Atwell gets thick and muscular in this. Peggy Carter, and it's like if she just snap him in two.
They turned that chick into an Amazon, man.
Yeah, they really do.
She's like a white She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the best thing.
Hi.
Shit, that goddamn missile was the best thing that happened to him because if that didn't kill him, then she would.
You know what? He's been just fine with it too. Go ahead and kill me.
It's the way he wants to go out.
Yeah, he wants to go out like that.
That's
yeah,
his
go
last
ahead.
moment right
snap,
there.
Yeah, snap this.
Hell yeah.
Snap this dick.
Shit, the moment he would have put it in, for some reason he would have split in two.
Yeah, just for no reason.
It's too much. Take it back.
I think that's my favorite second episode that they did right there.
Your second favorite?
I think it's my second favorite, and the reason why it's like I said because it just wasn't about turning somebody into a different character. What it's about is, how does this person affect the people around them, and how does it affect the whole, the world in general, like the universe in general.
Yeah.
There's a lot of repercussions that happen that show like, this is something that could affect a war, the world, or even the whole galaxy, and that's what I appreciate about that one.
Yeah. It's the one that establishes that the scenario will change along with the character, and that's what I really liked about it. Like you, this was my second favorite one. I think it did a good job just showcasing the choreography for what we typically expect now for this type of animation that they're using.
It's got a lot of cheesy dialogue, but
yes, it does.
It's in the spirit of those light Nazi smashing adventure stories. So it kind of, it
can get away with that to a degree.
In that sense, that it's already fitting that tone.
Like the Rocketeer almost.
Yeah.
Much like the original Captain America, because directed by Joe Johnson, who did the Rocketeer.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's the cheesiness of the dialogue fits the era. It fits the adventurous spirit of it. So I didn't mind it that much right there. I would say that the second episode is probably my least favorite.
Same.
Out of all of these.
Oh yeah.
The second episode deals with, it's an interesting idea. It deals with T'Challa. What if he was taken by Yondu, whatever?
Yeah. Michael
Rooker. And instead of becoming Black Panther, as he was destined to do in the universe we see, he became Star-Lord, the Peter Quill character. And again, this one goes along. I think I like this one the best as far as that theme of how does this affect everything.
Sure.
Because it's interesting to see when T'Challa becomes Star-Lord. He's not all about himself. No. He actually still has that noble spirit.
He's very selfless.
Yeah, and he changes. He's going around. He's trying to change the whole galaxy for the better.
He's a better Star-Lord than Chris Pratt's Star-Lord in every capacity.
She's a better person.
Yes,
than he is. Shit, more competent. And
yep.
Shit, yeah.
People know who he is.
There's several small problems with that episode, though.
Yeah, I think there's a big problem with it.
Well, because I like what's happening there, but it tried too hard. First of all, and I know some people. I've already read where some people like this episode a lot.
There's a big reason.
Yeah, but for me, what they did was that I don't think worked too well is that they tried to capture the same humor as James Gunn with Guardians of the Galaxy. And, this is not James Gunn directing this, nope. And it just doesn't feel natural. It feels like they actually are trying way too hard to get his humor instead of like, hey, look, this is a what if. You don't have to do the same humor. Tell you what, why don't you take just take the character and let it naturally play out the way that it would. Some things that they do are very funny, but a lot of the humor is just not working for me.
We have you outnumbered.
A Ravager never flies solo.
Is that some kind of catchphrase?
Shit! Struck him right in his ass.
Right, yeah, right in his ass.
They're making all kind of jokes. It's that kind of flavor. That's one of the ones that work okay, but
it's just okay.
It's just okay.
It's passable. It's not even like it's a That's what it is. There's some stuff that's like, okay, you got to stop doing this, and it's just the kind of humor where it's like if we keep repeating it, it's going to get funnier, right? And it's like, no, this is just not working. This is just not working. And for like, we're going to have this one character be this way where he's like, he's in love with Star-Lord. It'll be funny consistently. Right? It's like, no, it kind of just flounders. This was the one that really disappointed me. And it's sad because this is one of the last times that Chadwick Boseman's going to voice T'Challa. And I think it was just kind of a lost opportunity. There was some great stuff. Again, beautiful. Yeah. You spoke about colors earlier. I think this one has some of the best color schemes out of all the episodes, especially how they explore like what the Guardians of the Galaxy looks like in this animation. It's beautiful, but yeah, when it came to the writing, I think this was by far the weakest one.
But there are a lot of things to get right in that episode. Like, I think that certain versions of characters that they've had in the movies are better in What If and better in that particular episode. The whole thing with the Collector
Yes.
The Collector's much better here, man.
He's a threat.
Yeah, the Collector is actually kind of, he's a
villain.
He's a villain. He's an actual villain that is threatening. He holds his own. He ain't some dude that look like he's dressed up for a goddamn fashion week or something. No, it's here. He's got muscles. He's imposing. Shit, there's a moment he takes his shirt off and like, who wants?
Yeah.
And I've never seen him do that.
He worked out.
Hell yeah, I've never seen him do that in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. That's a much better version of that character right there.
And they even used his collection, I think, to greater effect. Because, unlike in the original movie, and I guess in Infinity War, it's just like, can you spot the reference? And they do that, but how he uses his collection like combat in a really fun way. And again, that's going back to, I think, like the choreography of the animation is very good.
He ain't got no lackeys coming in or henchmen to do his fighting. Like he'll take his shirt off and he'll tell you, "Come on, let's go."
He always has his shirt off. He has that bathrobe thing. He's just always showing off his pecs, his entire body. He's like, "I want to show off what I got."
That goddamn that 6-pack he got,
yeah.
He said, "Don't let my nice feathered and coiffed hair fool your ass." They also have some characters that they have that we've been presented them in a different way than what they are here. I'm not going to tell you who they are, but it's a lot of fun the way they do turn some characters around. It really is. Again, there are moments where they take advantage of the what if theme, and some of the characters that we got to know in a certain way and cannot see them in any other kind of different way. They managed to pull it off here, and it's actually pretty funny.
Yeah, no, I like those scenes.
There's actually some really cool. There's some really cool moments, bits of cleverness in this particular episode with the Collector and T'Challa and the Guardians of the Galaxy theme. It's a really fun moments in there. But I think ultimately what happened with it is that it's a Guardians movie that they like on the level of humor that they can't really achieve 100%. And also, they're telling a whole movie and snipping it down to 30 minutes.
They do that, and they fill just a whole lot of exposition, and to the point where it's like they're talking to us like we don't know who these characters are. It's like, I know, I'm a Marvel fan. You're a Marvel fan. You're a Marvel fan. We've at least seen a lot of these. We've at least seen a lot of these, almost all of these movies, and you're just telling me facts that I'm already aware of. And so you don't need to emphasize that every time. It's like you can spend more time just on characterization or just dialogue between the characters instead of that other thing.
You can watch them without having to depend on the other episodes. So if they want to tell people who they are real quick, that's fine. But it can be annoying for some people who know they are.
Yeah. I think it's just too much wasted time.
So this is like an episodic anthology.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
They might do. They have said they'll sequels to these episodes in later seasons.
Yeah. But for right now,
Yeah, for right now, it's just new thing each time.
So somebody could watch the third episode and not be lost because they didn't watch the first.
Correct.
The anthology, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Another thing about that episode that I didn't like, man, they got my ass all happy, got me excited, and they the duck again, man. God damn it. They set up Howard like he was about to have his own episode, his own adventure. That fool showed up to just get a drink.
That's exactly what he did.
No
I was excited when I saw him.
I was excited about Howard, man. I said, finally, Howard getting he's getting some respect. And that fool showed up just to go to the bar and get a drink. And for those of you who are looking forward to a whole Howard what if adventure, hey, here's a question. What if Howard got respect? Well, I answer that for you right now. He got none.
No. It's just a slightly extended cameo again. That's what it is. And then a joke that it's not really that funny.
It's almost like they're afraid to just go ahead and pull the trigger with him, isn't it?
Yeah,
and they're getting closer.
That movie's just.
Yeah, I think it's got to be the movie. It's got to be the movie.
We can't have him in
They
there for
got to ease him in because that movie messed him up, man. But they showed him in the
30 years
trailer.
ago.
Yeah,
They showed him like he crossed over into our world, or he was released to do what he wanted to do. And people, what you see there is pretty much it. I'm sorry, I know I'm weird. I've been rooting for this goddamn duck for years, man. Ever since I saw Howard the Duck, because I was so in love with that movie, and before I saw
the idea of the movie.
Well, I was in love with it. I said, I can't wait for this movie to come out. I went to go see it. It was a piece of shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
horrible.
And ever since then, I've been talking about justice for Howard, and he didn't get it here, man.
Not yet.
Not yet. Maybe in one of those continuing episodes. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, what they should do is like actually make him part of the group instead of just like, slight gag.
He deserves better than this. This fool he helped save the galaxy, man. He's out there with everybody, putting in work.
He's there.
Got one of the biggest guns out there. And
With a cigar.
Still smoking a cigar. Probably alcohol in that gun.
Yeah. There's a squirt gun with alcohol in it.
This mother saved the galaxy. I'm tired of the fucking disrespect. I want Howard to have his due. God damn it, can I just get a subplot instead of the whole thing of where's the bar? Just once.
Yeah.
And then if you're not gonna do it, then stop playing with people's emotions like this.
Don't put him in there.
Then leave him alone. Don't put him in here like he's about to do something too. Like, oh shit, yo. Oh shit.
I don't want to be doing anything.
Oh shit, the ducks amok, y'all. Y'all look out.
They're just gonna run him up. And now he's looking like, wait, that's all the time y'all gonna give me? Man.
No, he broke up and looked like, oh shit, is that a bar?
I
I would tell you what my favorite episode is, and that is the third one in the.
Yes.
And I will not say anything about it because the least said, the better.
Yeah.
But I would tell you what, I don't want to say anything. The least said, the better. But god damn, man.
I was very surprised by this and how dark it was.
For me, I can't speak for everybody because everybody has different sensibilities. They will like different episodes for different reasons, and that's fine. But that third episode, that was the biggest and best what if as far as posing that question.
Yep.
I will tell you this, it's a really cool murder mystery. Every 2 minutes was like
It's like, and then this happened. It's like, oh no, and then that happened. Yeah, it was. Yeah, don't. They don't even reveal some of the names until at the very end because this is the biggest of the voice cast, at least in this third episode.
And I'm telling you,
there's some surprises.
Man, they listen without building it up too much. They stay within a PG-13 area, but they get nasty, man. When I say get nasty, I mean they get.
Body horror. There's some body horror in there. I was like, oh my god.
When I say nasty, I ain't talking about sex. I mean it's just bitter. It's bleak. Mm-hmm. And
escalates constantly. Like, can it get even worse at this point? Yes, it can.
And it escalates, getting worse. And the more, and at first, it really does catch you. Like, what the?
Yeah, yeah.
Like we saw it and we were laughing because we were nervous. We I looked at him like, what? I looked at Chris. I said, what the?
I didn't do anything. I'm just as confused as you. I don't know what's going on. Oh my god.
Nah, man, that third episode, I want to build it up, but that third episode, now some people might look at it and they're just going to be like, oh, this is just fan service right here. I did not see it that way. I thought it was a great murder mystery, a great procedural, and it kept me guessing the whole time. Cool. Now you'll figure it out at some point, probably.
You will eventually, yeah.
Yeah, but in the beginning, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I want to know what the. I'm confused. What happening?
The mystery is consistently satisfying, intriguing. The reveal is very good when you find out that whoever's behind whatever. It's great. It works in every regard.
Maybe we have to watch that one first.
Yeah, and you can. I mean, but just be
Yeah, they don't go in any order.
Yeah,
so
sure.
When you say the third episode is the way it's numbered. So number 1 is the Peggy Carter episode. Number 2 is T'Challa, and number 3 is this mysterious episode that we're telling you
Murder
about.
Mystery.
And don't want to spoil that at all.
No, I don't.
Sure.
Yeah.
Are they releasing
It's
them all
good.
at the same time?
I don't know.
No, let's go. It's week. Oh, oops. Well, y'all gonna have to wait.
I guess tomorrow morning I'll be watching Peggy.
Yeah, so, in other words,
damn.
He lied to you.
In a couple weeks, I'll be checking that one out.
That's what if for your ass. What if I gotta watch it all at the same time?
Yeah.
Well, not in this dimension. You can't.
What if you wait 9 weeks and then watch them all together? So it's Disney Plus, so I figured it might be like that. But then I thought, well, it's an anthology, so they might just release them all.
Nah, I think you're gonna have to wait. Now we'll see. I'm not sure, but because we got the 3 episodes all at one time, but I'm sure they're going to be releasing it week by week. So
yeah,
sorry,
because I can really see people like after the first one be like, that's fine. The second one being like, all right, I'm not really. This is not really hitting me. Wait until the 3rd episode, at the very least.
That episode is so good. I wish I could sit down and watch that with all y'all, man. I'm not talking about this online shit. I'm talking about I wish I could be in the room with all y'all when you watch it for the first time.
See if you figure it out or not. What's going on.
Overall, man, I need to see more episodes to really, really, really kind of make an assessment of this show.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want to see what they do with other tones. I want to see a horror episode here. We already have a humorous episode or a comedy episode. We have the adventure episode. We had the murder mystery. Now, what are we going to do with some of the other stuff that they can do here? And until I see those, I can't make a full assessment, but it's nice to have these self-contained short episodes after all the long-form stuff that we've had to watch. This is such a fun idea, man. I mean, and it lives up to that promise of being that kind of idea where they go in and they really do play with these crossovers, these events that changed. They take full advantage of it. At least in the 3 episodes that we saw, even in the moments that I didn't really like all that much, there's still some clever stuff that's happening. Can't wait to see the rest of the episodes, since they had one episode where I think it wasn't as good as the other 2, and as far as writing goes, even right down to some of the painful jokes they told. I have to go and give this as a whole a high matinee. Now, if I had to rank them, I would say that the Peggy Carter episode, that's a high matinee. The T'Challa episode, because of some of the really cool stuff they do in there, that's a low matinee. And that 3rd episode, which I cannot speak of to you, that is a full price.
Yeah. If I had to rank them, number 1 obviously is the 3rd episode. I would give that a full price. The Peggy Carter one, which I would rank 2nd, I think that's more like it's like a matinee, low matinee for me.
Yeah.
I really just did not like. There are some cool moments in that T'Challa episode, Star-Lord T'Challa, but that writing, the exposition heavy nature of it, and just the humor, it floundered for me. So I had to give that like a rental. Overall at this point, I think I give the series like a matinee. But my only concern is I just hope that they feel like, okay, after we got through these first 3 episodes, they have confidence in their audience where they don't feel the need to be so exposition heavy, to treat the audience like stupid, like they're idiots. I totally understand where it's like, this is Disney, they're coming in there, and not everyone's going to know who these characters are, and we feel the need to do that. But it's like, at a point, when we're 20, how many movies? 20, 25 movies in at this point? It's like, people have seen this stuff, you shouldn't need to hold their hand. And I think it's just a waste of time to do that for some of this. And that was on full display with those first 2 episodes. Not so much the 3rd one. So if they keep that consistency like the 3rd one, they're in for a very fun time. But I just hope they just don't make those mistakes.
You gave it a matinee. I give it a high matinee.
Yeah.
But to close, man, again, they found something new to do with their Marvel stories here.
Yeah.
The big takeaway is that where, all these things have been different genres. This is the first one where they've come in. They said, you know what? Yeah, we've made our Twilight Zone, man, and it's just as kind of creepy and fantastical and fun and funny as some of the episodes of Twilight Zone itself. So even with this particular show right here, they've managed to continue to slightly reinvent themselves or do something different, and I admire that. I can't wait to see the episode where what if DC was us?
It would just be horrible. Yeah. Everything would be a commercial and critical flop.
What if DC actually worked a Marvel film?
Wow, that's the ultimate one right there.
Man,
Holy shit.
Do that.